Piers Morgan lost his job last month in the UK for asking a pretty obvious question that all of us should be asking. How did the most powerful people in the world get away with pretending to be victims? You see it everywhere. We had a very long and fascinating conversation with Piers Morgan today for our show Tucker Carlson Today on Fox Nation. Here's part of it. This, I think, looking back, will be the moment that kind of changed the trajectory of your life and that changed a lot of other people as they watched it. Here's the moment that you walked off the set of the show that you hosted.
Understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear a number of times on this programme. A number of times. You continue to trash her.
OK, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
Do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash me, maybe not my own show.
No.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't do this.
This is absolutely diabolical behaviour.
So looking back, I'm convinced you're going to see that as a pivot point in your life. You probably already do. Fill in the context around that moment. How did you get to that place? What happened before that moment?
So that was the Tuesday after the Monday show in which we had debated almost in real time the Oprah 90-minute wine-a-thon with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And that had aired in America several hours before we did on the Monday morning. And I watched it in truncated form. They took out all the commercials and just let me see it straight before we went on air. So it was like undiluted wine-a-thon. And I watched this thing with mounting unease to start with, incredulity by the end, and a real sense of anger, because what I was witnessing was the most extraordinarily disingenuous smear hit job on the royal family, on the Queen, on the monarchy, and frankly on Britain, my country. And I was not going to have it. I went on air on the Monday morning and I gave it back with full bells on. And I said quite clearly that I didn't believe anything Meghan Markle was saying. And here we are a month later, Tucker, and frankly, I've had plenty of time to think about this, and I've had plenty of time to analyse all the analysis of what she was saying and what Prince Harry was saying, and I still don't believe what they were saying. And in particular, I don't believe what Meghan Markle said. 17 different claims by the pair of them have now been proven to be either completely untrue or massively exaggerated or unprovable. And I don't understand really why I should have to believe people who are not telling the truth. So that was the context of what happened on the Monday. Because I said I didn't believe Meghan Markle, a huge furore erupted through the day. I was an outrage. I wasn't allowed to have an opinion that I didn't believe what she was saying, even though it was clear to me in real time, as I was watching the interview, that there were a number of things which just couldn't be true. Angry to the point of bawling over today. I'm sickened by what I've just had to watch.
OK, a number of people might be upset.
Sorry, you can come to you can defend it in a minute. I'm just going to say what I'm going to say.
OK.
This is a 2-hour trash-a-thon of our royal family, of the monarchy, of everything the Queen has worked so hard for, and it's all been done as Prince Philip lies in hospital. They trash everybody. They basically make out the entire royal family a bunch of white supremacists by dropping this race bombshell without...
What's that phrase?
They didn't name which one it was. They just throw it out there so it could be any member of the royal family. And Harry says, I'll never say who it was. Well, you better say it fast.
So the reason I want to play that is I really think that's where your life changed, and that clip right there. Tell us what you were I think you were pretty clear in your explanation, but fill it out a little bit for us. Why were you so angered?
Well, the Queen is the head of the Commonwealth. She's 94 years old. She's been on the throne for 68 years. Now, whatever your view of the monarchy, or the Queen for that matter, she's the longest serving ruler of any kind in the world right now. And she has huge, huge respect from many people in Britain and indeed around the world. She's also head of the Commonwealth, which has many countries which are predominantly with black citizens. So you look at this and you're accusing the Queen and the monarchy and the institution of being racist. That's really what was going down here. And there were two central charges, Tucker, for this alleged racism. One was what we've just heard, where Meghan Markle said there were several conversations while she was pregnant in which Harry was having a conversation several times, she said, with a member of the royal family who was talking about the potential skin colour of the child. Now, we don't know who that was.
So for saying that, they took his job away and tried to destroy his life. What made Piers Morgan different from so many others you've seen is that he refused to go along with it. He kept talking, and in doing that, he became one of the world's foremost defenders of free speech. Not a job he'd ever thought he'd have, or many of us thought he would, but that's what he does now. We talked a lot about that in the next part of our conversation, which we'll have for you in just a minute.